You did kind of mention, it's kind of being, the focus being so vertical, right? And so specific as far as, bathroom renovations, which then sounds like such a big market opportunity. But, what does the future of made renovation kind of look like, say, 5, 10 years from now?
So our 10-year plan is to remodel 1 million rooms a year. And we essentially want any homeowner to be able to visit our website, push a button, and remodel any room in their home. And room is the term we use broadly, for vertical, right? So, for example, there's a company that does fence remodeling. Push a button, remodel your fence. There's a company that does yard remodeling called YardZen. Push a button, remodel your yard. These are all great businesses. Eventually, we'd like to buy, build, or partner with all of those, and be the one-stop shop for any home improvement that you'd like to do. We've already had conversations with some of those. We don't have time to do these verticals now. I mean, it's going to take us time to launch these. It took us time to launch bathrooms, and it's been a wrestling match just to get that right. But next year, we'd like to launch our next vertical. We're thinking kitchens. But there's other ideas there. So I think it's like the future looks like expand until we hit every vertical, expand until we hit every market. And then I think there's a third dimension of expansion, which you could think of as as how we reach the customer. So today it's like very D2C, but another whole dimension would be selling through local designers, selling through local architects, selling through a builder. So if I'm a customer and I find a builder, can that builder use Made Renovations tools to complete the project? So right now you can't, that's not how it works. The builder can't use our tools. Like we have to use our tools. They're not productized. So that's, I would say, another dimension. And if we can do even 10% of what I said, we're worth at least $1 billion.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds like such a huge opportunity and market. So yeah, I mean, what do you see as I'm just kind of curious, what do you see as some of the kind of challenges though, as you scale when it comes to operating it as a marketplace, maybe specifically?
We're not supply constrained right now. We haven't seen that as kind of a scaling challenge. We're not supply constrained because we're so bad at demand. We're so bad at like marketing and, a lot of the challenges I mentioned earlier around going direct to consumer. But I think it should be supply constrained. And that's what I explained at the outset of the call. Like, builders are getting older. We're also, this country has terrible immigration policy. So a lot of great like Mexican, Irish, Persian immigrants that want to come in and are actually like incredible trades workers and craftspeople. Like we don't want to let them in the country because we're xenophobic, right? So, you've got these immigration issues where like we could actually, I think it's like if Americans don't want to get into construction and the trades, and we're not letting people in, then the supply is eventually just going to dry up entirely. So that will be a problem down the road, and I think we will have to, as a business, I think we're going to have to step into that area. Potentially start our own trade schools. Lobby for immigration reform. Like we're eventually going to have to do that, but that's like 5 to 10 years down the road. Now the problem is like we're still soaking up like all the builders in the markets that we're in, and we've got a long way to go for that, and we need to solve some of these demand challenges. So that's, I think, more where we're constrained, and that's like that and kind of nailing our model is probably the bigger focus.